What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Bruh, my face is up here, dude. What? Welcome back. God. Welcome back to another video. My name is Gingium, and your name is Tyler, isn't it? See, everyone whose name is Tyler is like, whoa! How do you know my name? And everyone who doesn't have the name Tyler is like, no, you're wrong. In today's video, we are going to be working on the Adventure Bus's interior yet again. In the last video, we painted the walls, painted the cabinets, clear coated some things, and did window trim. That's the big one. It looks much better already. In this video, we are gonna be focusing on the bench area. So we're gonna be making custom upholstered cushions. We are going to be making a new table mount, which will make the table, well, you know, I don't wanna spoil it. It's gonna be really, really awesome, super handy. You'll see that in a little bit. Don't skip ahead. We're gonna be clear coating some things. I think I figured out what I want to do with the roof and with the doors of the shelf. Gingium doesn't really plan ahead too much, so I'm just gonna start working on stuff. We'll figure out what we're gonna do on the way. Anyway, we're gonna do the cushions first, so. But wait, if you want to support the channel, you should smash the like button, subscribe, and consider checking out my Patreon. Help me get a wide angle lens. I really want a wide angle lens, so I don't have to do this anymore. So one of the things we talked about in the last video is how we wanted to add color into this bus and make it a little bit homier. Damn, that looks good. One of the ways that we are going to add color is through custom cushions. So we're actually going to be making cushions. You know, buying store-bought cushions is cool and all, but it's hard to find a cushion that fits these benches because they're kind of weird shaped. And it's also hard to find a cushion that is cheap and that has a color that we want. So Audrey and I were thinking of a color that would match in here because we've got brown, white, and gray. And this light green looks awesome in here. It really ties in the wood and the white and everything. We'll make cushions out of that, and we'll have some more light green stuff. We've got some light green knobs that are up here. Well, bam, look at those bad boys. Ignore the tape. We'll have light green up on the shelf, and I think we're gonna paint one of the bedroom walls that same color, and our bedding will have some sort of this color in here. So we're trying to bring all the colors together, add some liveliness, and add some hominess. You know, green is a great homey feeling color. When it comes to actually making the cushions, now. Gingium is skilled at a lot of things. I can weld, I can bolt stuff up, I can fabricate. One of the things I can't do very well is upholster. So when I was a little kid, I used to be really into it. I used to sew things for my siblings, and I was such a sweet little boy, but I'm not really good at it anymore. I don't really know how to do it. So in this video, Mama Gingium, aka my mother, is gonna come and help us make cushions. She's really good at making cushions. She's really good at upholstering stuff, so she's gonna come and help. Let's go ahead and jump into the cushions, and then we'll start doing stuff after that. So my mom finished the majority of the cushions last night. She took them home to sew the back seam up by hand. These are the faces for the bottom of the benches. So what used to be just a solid piece of wood now has a hole in it because we're adding a cabinet so we can access the amplifiers, and so we have a little bit more storage. So we're gonna go ahead and put these on. And of course, here are the doors for those cabinets. So we'll put those on, and then we're gonna start working on the really, really cool table mount. it opens up, it's easier to build, to put on. If it opens down, it's easier to get in. Because if it opens up, it only opens 90 degrees, so you kind of have to like, you know, look underneath. Whereas if it opened down, you know, no big deal. The casting on this Phillips head screw is still in there. Like, it's just a flat piece of metal. Drill bit, screw. It don't go in. It don't go in, it don't fit. Using this machined piece of 2x4 to perfectly align this. I put this onto the belt sander and made it so it was the right height. Right now the left side's a little bit lower than the right side, so I'm gonna use some shims, some playing cards. We got a 5 of spades and a 3 of diamonds to kind of shim it up. Then measure again. Need some more, according to my calculations. So now we'll add a king and queen of spades into the mix. Boom. How hard is it to get in there? You know, it's not the most pleasant. You definitely have to get on the ground. But the problem is that since these only bend 90 degrees, like, you know, that's as far as it goes. If I had it open down, then if you actually put weight on it, when it's, you know, resting, it'll just completely crack this entire thing and just shatter everything. So I prefer it to be a little bit more challenging. Like, I can still reach in there. This way I won't accidentally break it, whereas if it opened down, any weight on it, kaboom. Using my tripod as a handle for my camera because I'm just that strong. I bet you I can keep this up for about 20 seconds. Little cabinet front things are on, and now we're on to the boring part. I really want to do this table thing, but once we get the table in here, it's gonna be hard to work in this area because there's gonna be a table here. So we have to clear coat the wood trim around the windows, and we have to do some cleaning up and some caulking. So you can see here, there's some spots where the tape that we put on the floor and the walls just didn't do its job. And it's a little frustrating, but that's what happens when you use cheap tape. Don't use cheap tape. Blue tape is expensive, but use the even more expensive stuff. So I'm just gonna go at it with some goof off, and then I'm going to caulk around all the seams so it's a nice, it's a nice seam, kind of like that corner. I also just want to take a second to thank you guys. I've been reading comments on the last video, and everybody seems to really enjoy the Adventure Bus interior stuff, which is really cool. Because, you know, this channel is mostly about modifying cars, welding, fabricating, racing, all like that kind of stuff. And yet you guys still enjoy seeing me work on wood stuff and interior and carpentry. So that's really, really cool. I just want to say thank you all so much for the support. Let's get to scrubbing. That's all clear coated, looking good. The caulk is all down there, looking good. So now it's time to do this table. Now here's the thing. We wanted the table to be able to go up and down. Mostly, so, you know, if we're cooking something, we can use it as like a countertop where it's higher up here. If we're playing games, we can lower it so it's down here. Yep, so if we're playing cards, it can be down here. If, you know, one person has, bruh, don't make sure it doesn't touch the clock, dude. Bruh. If someone's on like a lower chair, we can lower it or raise it, or we just wanted to be able to adjust it because there are different scenarios that require different height tables. My original idea was to get an electric desk, one of those, you know, things that go up and down. I thought that would be pretty cool, but the problem is that they're just too long and they wouldn't fit right here. And they're also a couple $100. I didn't really want to spend a couple $100 on an idea that might not work. So my brother had an adjustable standing desk that he had abandoned at my mom's house. Jacob, if you're watching this, I apologize for what I'm about to do to your very expensive adjustable desk, but you left it at mom's house and she was gonna throw it away. So I took it for free, and it has this amazing adjustable mechanism. So let me just kind of show you. You used to have a monitor mount, a upper desk and a lower desk, and then a base mount. I took all that off. So this, you loosen that, and it goes down, tighten it. The cool thing is that it's spring loaded. So if you just loosen it while it's down, we're gonna modify the base so it looks better, make a top mount that will mount our table to it, and put it in the bus. So we'll have an adjustable table. We'll be able to go up and down really easily just with the adjustment of a screw. Much nicer than our last setup where it was a piece of wood that we just stuck underneath the table. So this was the base for it. It's ugly, like we don't want this underneath our thing. So I originally drew a circle to cut that out. It's gonna be way too hard to cut a circle out of this 1/4 inch steel. So we're gonna cut a little box out of it, mount it to this, we'll bolt it to the bus. This time we're gonna put bolts all the way through the entire chassis instead of just into the 1/2 inch wood, because that just wasn't stable enough. And then we'll figure out the top mount. I just stepped on 2 nails. Ow! That just went into my foot. Thankfully, it didn't pierce the skin, just bruised it, but you can totally, you're not gonna be able to see it, but they're just barely poking out in the back. That hurt. I was just walking and I was like, oh, what was that crunching? Oh, God! I totally thought I was gonna take my sock off and there'd be blood just everywhere. Thankfully, just a bruise. Anyway, here it is. This is the new bottom plate. Looks really, really nice. I'm gonna paint the edges, but I did it well enough where the wrinkle black powder coat on it is in perfect condition. So it sits on the ground really nicely. Pretty much, I made indents for each one of those bolts, so it sits flush, and so it won't wobble. So now we bolt the table to the top, gotta make a little bracket, and then put it in the bus. Whew. Bracket that will bolt the stand to the table. I just put a quick layer of primer on it so it doesn't rust as bad. It shouldn't rust, it should be fine. The last stand that we had was mild steel, unpainted, and it was fine. So I marked out where I have to drill holes on the table, so I'll do that. And then we can put it all together and put it in the bus. Want it to go down? All right, I got you. I got you. Quite frankly, it could be a bench. Look at that. Oh, you wanted to go up? Just wait. Just wait. How can I help you? My name's Gingium, and this is badass. It's also significantly sturdier, so it's a win-win if you ask me. I think this is awesome. I'm super excited about this. Like right here, pretty good height just for hanging out. And you want to raise it, just reach down. It goes pretty high. Quite frankly, great for a little nap here. Now we have to bolt it into the bus. This time, instead of just putting screws into the wood and the vinyl, we're gonna try to put a screw, or a bolt really, through the wood, through the vinyl, through the old wood, through the metal, pretty much from the top up here to the bottom underneath the cab, not bolt, tighten it down. It will be going through so much that it won't be able to wobble. But this is awesome. I'm really happy with this. Is the school bus RV necessary? No. It's like an actual RV now. Oh man, the table's too low. Let's just go ahead and, oh, it's a little far down there. but let's just go ahead and raise it up a little bit. This is awesome. This is so comfy. It's just so much sturdier, the table. It does move a little bit. There's a little flex in the actual joint, but I'm not worried about breaking it because, well, it's strong. We have to secure these cushions, because otherwise they're gonna slide back and forth. We don't want that, so I have some Velcro that we'll use real quick. Make sure stuff erases properly. Sweet. We'll have to get like a little mount or something for everything, but that's good. Man, the table's in the way. If only I could just move the table. Oh wait, I can. And look, now you can see. Well, ladies and gents, that's gonna be it for this video. We managed to get quite a bit done. We have this entire side of the front of the adventure bus finished. Window trim is clear coated. We have these awesome custom upholstered cushions, which make this seat actually really comfortable. We have, of course, the table, which now goes up and down. Subwoofers painted. We have everything caulked around the floor, so it looks like it's meant to be. We have cabinets underneath the seat now, and it's starting to feel a little bit homier with these new colors in here. It doesn't really seem like we got too much done, but I spent 2 full 8-hour work days doing all this stuff, so I guess it's kind of time consuming. In the next video, we are going to be tackling the upper section of this bus. Ugly open cabinets with a big speaker hole. We're gonna fix that. A door without trim, insulation showing through the crack between the ceiling and the wall. We're gonna fix that. Now here's the thing, okay? The name of this bus is the Adventure Bus, right? But then the motor blew up and we rebuilt it. Now it makes 1,000 pound-feet of torque and 30 PSI of boost. In the video where we first got to rip on this thing, I said we were gonna call it the Spool Bus. But see, in the last bus video, Pasha added Adventure Bus, which that's totally fine, Pasha. My question to you guys for this video is, should we call it the Adventure Bus or the Spool Bus? Adventure Bus, Spool Bus. Vote up there. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a like. If you did not enjoy the video, please give it a dislike, but tell me why. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. Check out some other Adventure Bus videos. And if you want to support the channel, I'd really, really appreciate it. Go head up there to Patreon and become a patron. You'll get some really cool benefits, and you really help support the channel. God, there's something in my eye. Every cent I earn off of Patreon goes straight back into the channel, whether it's camera equipment, other stuff. I kind of talked about it at the beginning of this video. I'm remembering that now. Now, thanks to the current patrons, I was able to purchase a tube bender and a tube notcher. So we have some awesome fabrication tools coming in the mail tomorrow, and that will help us do the railing down swap. Thank you guys for your support. Peace out, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next bus video. Here, Pasha, I gotta take this thing off. Bang! Bang!